Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Trek Masters. I'm Davey.
And I'm MC.
Very, very funny. I didn't alter the script for Sam, who is being hilarious as always. But before we go on, this is the Star Trek game show where we ask Trek Masters from all over the world to demonstrate their Trek mastery to bring glory to themselves and their houses. Sam, welcome. How are you?
Glad to be back. I think it's been about a season since I was here, so, got to make my contract stipulated cameo appearance.
Is that what we're calling it these days? A contracted cameo appearance. I love that. But have you been well? You've had some changes go on recently. You've gone rural. All kinds of crazy stuff's been going on for you.
I whatchamacallit, I gave up on city life and moved to the middle of the woods on the top of a mountain, and I'm living my best life with my chickens and goats and emus and all kinds of stuff.
Well, it's good to have you. And if you have noticed, yes, this is not MC. And those watching live will notice that I just changed the name box underneath Sam's window to say Sam, because everyone in the chat's going, MC looks a little different this week. But no, MC is a little unwell this week, so she's not able to join. But the glorious Sam has agreed to jump in last minute, so thank you so much for that. And from here on out, he will definitely make sure that anywhere on the run sheet where it says MC, that he will, of course, change that to Sam, because that's just the kind of intelligent creature that he is. But before we go any further, we would like to give a shout out to all of our BQN network patrons, especially to this show's associate producers, Matt Harker,
Lars Di Scenza of the Red Shirt Geeks,
Jerry Antimano,
Sam Johnson,
amazing, Jim McMahon,
Mei M,
and Hawk. Thank you so much for your continued financial support of the network.
And remember, if you would like to help keep this and other BQN programs coming to you each week, you can sign up to be a patron over at patreon.com/BQN.
It costs as little as $1 a month and comes with all kinds of perks like early access to episodes, the chance to participate in live recaps, Patreon exclusive podcasts like the new Davies Warp Speed reviews, and many other perks. I do apologize for poor Sam here, because he's literally he's been thrown into this with, how much notice did I give you? It was like, what? Half an hour?
Maybe like an hour.
An hour.
Yeah, half an hour would probably be right.
Dear. Well, look, I think we'll jump straight into meeting our guest, Sam. Would you like to introduce who I'm about to energize into the Trek Masters arena today?
Sure. If I can get their names. Do I just go in order, or do we have a certain sequence we've got to input here?
They're written in a script right in front of you, doll.
All right. Is it written in here? You know what? Yeah. I see it now. Absolutely. Beaming it now. We have Trek Masters Carl, Zach, and Corbin.
Oh, guys, welcome. I'm glad we've gotten at least to this point. We've got a good, at least another 40 minutes ahead of us. Let's see how well we're going to survive. Carl, how are you? So good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me. This is my first time. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, amazing.
I hope I am. We'll see.
No, it's super exciting to have you on. And Carl is a big part of the BQN network. You're an associate producer over on Infinite Diversity, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Yep, that's right.
And another one of our amazing BQN shows. We've also got Zach. Zach, it's good to see you. You've been on the show before. Good to have you back.
Same here. Glad to be here.
And another first-timer, Corbin. Corbin, it's so good to see you.
Hi, how's everyone? How you doing?
Yeah, really, really well, Corbin, really well. So we've got an interesting topic for you today, which was I did ask all of you independently if this was something that you might find interesting, and it's next generation behind the scenes. I'm going to go down through the list again and just sort of say, just how would you rate yourself 1 to 10 on TNG behind the scenes knowledge? I'll start with Carl.
So I would have said something around a 7 or 8, but then I went back and listened to one of your previous episodes on this, so I'm not quite sure anymore because that was some tough questions on that one.
Okay. We'll see if we can live up to expectation.
We'll yeah.
Zach, what about you?
Probably 8 or 9, and I did the same thing and watched the last behind the scenes quiz too.
Okay, cool. I hope I don't repeat any questions. I do that sometimes. And Corbin, how about yourself? You seemed excited about this one, so what's your 1 to 10?
Oh yeah, 7 to 8 like Carl, but I did not go back and listen, so now I'm like very frightened. This should be really interesting.
Amazing. Well, look, I am excited for all of you. I think I think we've got a good mix here. I'd asked Sam for his opinion, but he literally only got eyes on the questions half an hour ago, so he's probably not the best judge of how tough they are, but we'll get there. Before we get into that, though, this season we have introduced random trivia for our Patreon subscribers. Each week we ask a different multiple choice question and read out the names of those who answered correctly live on the show. And I'm also keeping score throughout the season to see which of our Patreon members managed to do the best. So we will keep a running tally as we go. Sam, can you please tell us what this week's Patreon question was?
Davey. This week it was, which of Commander Riker's ancestors fought in the American Civil War? Was it A, Colonel Wallace T. Riker, General Amadeus Riker, Lieutenant Buck Riker, or Colonel Thaddeus Riker?
I'm gonna come to Carl last because he answered it in the Patreon poll. Zach, which one do you think it is?
I think it was Thaddeus. Colonel Thaddeus.
I think it was Thaddeus. Corbin, what about you?
100%.
You're going Thaddeus as well? Yep. And Carl, yourself?
3 for 3 at Thaddeus.
And?
That is correct.
That is correct. So well done to all of you. And also well done to Patreon members. MischiefCait, Chrissy Szilagyi, Carl Wonders, Jim McMahon, Ryan Damon, Joe Saporito, Hawk, Jax, and Lars Di Scenza. Also, Chrissy, Carl, Jim, and Ryan are now all on 2 points each for this season in the Patreon quiz poll. So congratulations to everyone there. All right. I think it's time that we got this game underway to a point where there's less script for Sam to remember and more questions to answer and points to be inputting. Let's roll the video and get ready for round 1. All right, round 1 of our TNG Behind the Scenes quiz is on, everyone. Get your hands on those buzzers and let's get ready to play Trek Masters. All right, first question for this round. What was the first episode directed by Jonathan Frakes?
Zach.
The Offspring.
That is correct.
Well done. That is the first point going to Zach. Congratulations. There may be a few questions like this, by the way, in terms of who directed what and so on and so forth. So I hope you're up on who's been directing things. I'll put that one in there for you, Sam, just because I can see you're still figuring it out.
I don't think you put me on the editor list.
It's anyone with the link, dude. It's anyone with the link. Hang on.
Is it?
Is it? Like, hang on. You refresh it, and I'll keep going, and we'll just pretend that none of this is happening, and edit it out of the podcast version. While Sam's doing that, just remember, everyone in the chat, that you are welcome to play along in the chat. These three will not be peeking. They will not be cheating. So make sure that you're competing against each other in there. I will clear the buzzer and ask our second behind-the-scenes question. What season did Ira Steven Behr first join the writing staff for TNG?
Corbin.
Season 4.
Negative.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. Incorrect. I'll clear the buzzer. Carl or Zach? Go, Zach.
Zach?
Season 3.
That is correct.
That is indeed correct. Sam, are you all sorted out in the spreadsheet there, buddy?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. I had to
Yeah. All good. Zach's off to a good start. Third question. The Next Generation was originally pitched to air to which, at its time, fledgling American network?
Corbin.
Fox.
That is correct.
It was Fox. Congratulations. Well done. First point on the board for Corbin. Congratulations. I like that little yes. I like the celebrate one's victory. That's good. Let's move on to your next question. So, which version of the Enterprise was the show originally meant to be set on?
Zach.
Prize G, well done. Got to get you on the board there, Carl. Sorry, got to get you on the board there. All right. The first season of TNG shared a costume designer with the original series. Who was it?
Carl.
William Ortiz.
That is correct.
Good one. That was one I thought that people might struggle with. Congratulations. It's good. First point on the board for Carl. Well done. Everyone's having a good time in the chat there, getting these as well. It's good. It's good to see. Now, Carl, I'm going to actually keep it with you because there is a bonus point. Oh, wait, no, sorry, there isn't. That was the last question, which I didn't ask. So I'm actually going to go back. This is what happens when something goes wrong right before I go live. I get thrown right off my vibe. But anyway, it could be worse. Knock on wood.
Got my hopes up there.
I'm going to go back and ask the bonus question for the last one anyway. I'll clear the buzzer. What century was TNG originally going to be set in as well?
Carl.
25th.
That is correct.
That's correct. That is another point to Carl.
Ooh.
Okay, next question. What did the show's producers offer to Will Wheaton when he asked for a pay rise in season 4? Zach?
A promotion for Wesley Crusher.
That
That
is
is correct.
Does Star Trek First Contact count?
It does not.
Drat. Okay.
That's all right. Well, you picked up 4 points there. So, Zach, you can have a crack at trying to get the rest.
I am blanking as well. Matter perspective?
No, I'm afraid that is not there, I'm afraid.
negative.
Unfortunately. So the remaining ones that we have, here they all are. So we've got Reunion, The Drumhead, Cause and Effect, The Quality of Life, The Chase, Attached, and Sub Rosa. I was actually very surprised that Sub Rosa was Jonathan Frakes when I researched this question. I was like, how have I gone all these years without being somehow consciously or subconsciously aware of that fact? Anyway, well done to Carl. That was really, really well done. Good work. All right, let's move on. We've got 2 more questions in this first round. Why was Worf's head changed in season 2?
Zach.
The original head mold disappeared or was stolen.
That is correct.
That's correct. It was allegedly stolen. Last one for this round. Which actor's agent threatened legal action over the uncomfortable nature of the season? Carl?
Patrick Stewart? Patrick Stewart?
That is correct.
It was Patrick Stewart. Well done. All right. Good work, everyone. So that brings us to the end of the first round. Sam, can I get a score update, please?
Of course, it's honestly a pretty fair board right now, except if you're Corbin. Zach's got a whopping 5 points. Carl's in the lead with a gigantic 7, and Corbin's hanging in there with a warp 1.
Good work. All right, so the first question is... What is special about the sealing of the Enterprise D transporter?
Zach.
It's from the transport on the original series.
Will we give him that, Sam?
The floor from the original series.
Ooh,
That is correct.
yeah, we have to now.
Yeah. That reconnected, because it's going... OBS Studios going, disconnected, reconnecting, disconnected, reconnecting. So hopefully, I've just switched over Wi-Fi to something else. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more stable here on out. All right. Okay. I think we're back. I think we're stable. I think we've rerouted the ODN conduits and bandwidth. This is the joys of live internet, everyone. I've fixed the problem. Hopefully. Oh God. Dear. All good. All right. Let's continue on here. I'm going to go back to the questions. Let's get your hands back on buzzers. Well done on scoring that point there, Zach. Did you pop that one in? Yeah?
I did.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so the next question is... Gates McFadden left in Season 2 due to behind-the-scenes conflicts with who?
Buzzer's still locked.
Oh, of course it is. God damn it.
Zach.
Maurice Hurley.
That is correct.
That is indeed correct. Well done there. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I'm having a bit of a shocker. There we go. We're back. All right. Let's clear that buzzer and ask the next question. Marina Sirtis was originally cast to play a security... Oh.
Corbin.
Tasha Yar?
Not the answer
Negative.
I'm looking for, afraid. I'm going to clear the buzzer and ask the full question. Marina Sirtis was originally cast to play a security officer who went by...
Carl.
Is it Masha Hernandez?
That is what I was looking for.
That is correct.
Lieutenant Macha Hernandez. Bonus point here. I will open the buzzer and let everyone have a go at this one. Who was originally considered to play...
It was Zach.
Denise Crosby.
Who was originally going to play Troy? And yes,
That
it
is
was
correct.
Denise Crosby. Dear, there's too much going on here. There's too much going on. All right. You rarely see actors on the show speaking dialogue whilst what is happening?
Zach.
The doors are opening.
That is correct.
Yes, because the real sound apparently sounded like, like glass scratching and scraping, and it was very, very, very loud. Well done. Well done. That's another point for Zach. So Zach and Carl are getting neck and neck here. Next question. What can be seen as a joke in the engineering oversized enterprise schematic?
Carl.
The rubber duck.
No.
Negative.
Not what I'm after. Not what I'm after.
Okay.
Go, Sam.
I do think he's right, though.
Maybe is that an additional answer to what I have?
Yeah, hang on. I have this in my files, so I can
I
actually
think
look
there's
this
a
up.
couple things in there.
Yeah. Okay.
There are a couple.
Might be a few.
So
All right. I'll let Sam look that up, and then we'll let others buzz in and see if anyone knows the specific one I'm looking for, and then we'll just do open slaver to see if everyone. Go, Zach.
Ferrari? No.
No.
Negative.
You're thinking of the Porsche, which is in the shuttle bay. Corbin, do you know what I could be thinking of that is sitting in engineering? I'm thinking about something that is placed in engineering on that oversized schematic.
It's not cetacean ops, but that's all I can think of.
No, it's not cetacean ops.
Negative.
What I'm looking for is a mouse on a wheel. A mouse on a wheel. Now, I don't know. The rubber ducky, was the rubber ducky in engineering as well?
the rubber ducky is located directly underneath the bridge.
Okay, so that was not a correct answer for the question, because I was looking for the joke item that was placed inside of main engineering on that schematic. So there was other things. There was a rubber ducky room. There was a Porsche in engineering, and the mouse on a wheel powering the ship in engineering. So there you go. There you go. Good that everyone's aware of what these jokes are. All right, let's move on to the next question. Approximately how long a gap was there between the filming of TNG and Generations?
Corbin.
9 months. No. Oh, it was like 2 weeks, but probably take my first answer.
Negative.
The second answer is, Sam, what do you want to do?
Well, he said 2 weeks, so that's still wrong, sadly.
Yeah.
So yeah, open it back up.
Buzz is open.
Zach.
1 week.
Negative.
Carl, do you know what it was?
3 weeks?
Negative.
10 days. 10 days. So Corbin was very close. I think that could be worth a half point.
I was going to say I think Corbin deserves a half point.
All right, let's give Corbin a half point for that. Well done.
Oh.
We had people guessing 2 weeks in the chat as well. Well done to My Figure Universe. All right, let's go on to your next question, 7 of 9, which is another question about directing. What 5 episodes of The Next Generation did Patrick Stewart direct?
Carl.
Preemptive Strike. A Fistful of Datas.
Correct.
Phantasms.
Correct.
In Theory, I think. And I have no idea about the other one.
That was, so yeah, you got 4
That is
right there.
correct.
So there's one more, so it's 4 points for you. I'll open the buzzer and see if Zach or Corbin know the one that we're missing.
Zach.
Is it frame of mind?
Negative.
Afraid not. Corbin, you can have a shot.
Corbin.
Here. How about just the next phase?
Afraid not.
Negative.
Good guess, though. Good to have a guess. Good to have a guess. So the correct answers were, in theory, hero worship, phantasms, fistful of datas, and preemptive strike. But well done there to Carl. Sorry, temporarily. Who do we have in the room here today? Well done. Well done to Carl for getting a big chunk of those. And good on you, Joel, for getting fistful of datas in the chat. All right. Second last question. Which two characters are the only ones to appear in every episode of TNG?
Zach.
Picard and Riker.
That is correct.
That is correct. Well done. And we've got a bonus point here. Which actor appeared in every Berman era spin-off?
Corbin.
It'd be Riker.
Actor?
Oh, Jonathan Frakes. Thank you.
That is correct.
That's all right. I'll be kind. I'll be kind. Well done.
That was very nice. Thank you.
And final question for this second round. The Borg were originally written as what kind of life form?
Zach.
Insectoid.
That is correct.
Yes, they were insectoids. Well done, everyone. Well done. All right, that brings us to the end of this round. Congratulations, everyone. A good competition. It's all heating up. Sam, can we get a score update, please?
Yeah. So, Corbin is holding in there with a warp 2.5. Carl is neck and neck with Zach, right at 12 points each. So it's anyone's game still.
Well done. We've gotten this far, so let's just see if the inertial dampeners will hold it all together and get us through to the end as we go into the warp speed round. All right, the warp speed round is a round of 20 rapid fire questions. It's going to come at you one after the other, thick and fast. I will only give you a few seconds each time to answer. If I don't get anything quickly, you'll get
Unable to comply.
and I will move on. So you've got to be quick for this one. All right, so the first question for warp speed. The show was shot on what kind of film?
Zach.
Video.
Negative.
Not the answer I'm looking for.
Corbin.
Panavision. 35 millimeter.
Negative.
Oh, wait. I'll take the second part. 35 millimeter.
That is correct.
Well done. 35 millimeter film is what I was looking for. Correct. So that is a point there to Corbin. Well done. All right. Second question. What children's show did LeVar Burton continue to host?
Zach.
Reading Rainbow.
That is correct.
Well done. Good work. Picard's fish is... Picard's...
Zach.
Livingston.
Not what I'm after.
Negative.
Picard... Oh, jeez. All right. I won't even ask it this time. Go, Corbin.
David Livingston.
That is correct.
Correct, yes. Picard's fish is named after which line producer? And it is David Livingston. Good work there, Corbin. Good work. This is hilarious. What was stirred in water to create the transporter effect?
Zach.
Glitter.
That is correct.
Well done, Zach. That is correct. Gates McFadden was pregnant during which season?
Carl.
Season 4.
That is correct.
The child was a reused script from what?
Zach.
Star Trek Phase 2.
That is
You
correct.
guys are buzzing in so fast.
You're so fast.
I know, I can hear someone's spacebar going really, really hard as they're trying. That's so funny. All right, next question. Who famously opened up the show for story pitches from the public? Who was responsible for that?
Corbin.
It was Pillar. Michael Pillar.
That is correct.
It was Michael Pillar. You got there. Well done, mate. Well done. Well done. The show's theme music was first heard in what movie?
Carl.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
That is correct.
What was the only season not to have a Q episode?
Carl.
Season 5.
That is correct.
Good work. Woo. What was the real reason writers assimilated Picard in the season 3 cliffhanger?
Zach.
Didn't know if he'd be back for season 4.
That is correct.
Yes, his contract had expired at the end of season 3, and they did not know if he was going to renew. The hovering killer probe in the Arsenal of Freedom was made...
Corbin.
The Echo Papa 607 was made out of I forget. Damn it. Okay.
Unable to comply.
Good for knowing what it was actually called, but... so that thing that Corbin said, what was it made out of? Carl and Zach, you got a chance to have an answer?
Unable to comply.
A shampoo bottle. It was made out of a shampoo bottle. Only mentioned in books and never on screen, what does visor stand for?
Carl.
Oh shoot!
I'm gonna need an answer
I got
quickly.
nothing.
Unable
I don't
to
have it.
comply.
I don't have it.
Oh good, oh good. I've opened the buzzer back up.
Unable to comply.
Visual instrument and sensory organ replacement. In 1994, the show was nominated for which Emmy?
Best drama.
That is correct.
That is correct. It was Best Drama Series. Well done, Corbin. Good work. Oh, outstanding drama series, but yeah, same kind of thing. Who was the director of All Good Things?
Zach.
Cliff Bowl.
Negative.
Alan Kroger.
Negative.
Carl?
Colby. Winters Colby, or however you say
That
his
is
name.
correct.
Well done. What was Wesley going to be called if he were to be a teenage girl?
Carl.
Leslie Crusher.
That is correct.
Marina Sirtis injured herself whilst performing her own stunts in...
Zach.
Power Play.
That is correct.
I love that mad buzz, like tap, tap, tap. I can hear each question. It's so funny. Which character did not appear in the episode Family?
Corbin.
Data.
That is correct.
Well done, well done. Bit of a comeback here for Corbin, loving it. Gates McFadden appeared in which movie whilst not working on season 2?
Zach.
Hunt for Red October.
That is correct.
Second last question. Joe Minoski is responsible for starting which unusual TNG and...
Carl.
Is it the 47?
That is correct.
Was. Final question. David Gerald left the show in protest after a script that contained 2 what characters?
Zach.
Gay or homosexual.
That is correct.
It was going to include 2 gay characters for an episode that was going to have an analogy of the AIDS crisis, and it was pulled, and he left in protest after that. And that is the end of our game, everyone. We are coming out of Warp. Wow. How are we feeling after that? That was intense. That was intense. Last minute host changes and technical hiccups aside, and I can tell you what, it's been more of a train wreck than that. So I'm okay. I'm okay. But then, how's everyone else? By the way, everyone else good? Okay.
Excellent.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Well
I
done.
have some amazing contestants against me. They beat me out of every question.
You all did so well. Corbin, you had a great comeback in that final round, by the way. You were catching up quite a bit, but I don't know if he could have caught Zach or Carl at this stage. Unfortunately, Sam, who is today's Trek Master?
Well, Corbin, my cousin, you did great. You came in at 8. I gave you an extra half point for knowing the hovering weapon's name. But unfortunately, Carl had a sweet 18, and Zach is just slightly further ahead with a winning 19.
Nice work. Nice work. Well done.
Well done, Zach.
Thank you.
Well done to all of you. Carl, you, as is tradition, you get to give a victory speech.
I didn't win, though.
Oh, sorry. I mean, Zach. Oh, my God. Someone just let this episode be over. Zach, give a victory speech.
That was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I redeemed myself after my last time on here, and everyone else did really well, too.
Congratulations. And as is also tradition, Carl, you get to give a concession speech.
Well, I concede to Zach's very quick trigger finger on that button. That was fantastic. And I don't know if you're the one slamming the space bar or not, but that was pretty incredible.
It was good. It was good. And Corbin, any final words from yourself for your two competitors?
It was I who was slamming the space.
Just FYI. Congratulations. You all seemed like you were having a lot of fun. There were some tough questions in there, so you all did really, really well. It was great to have you all on. Before we wrap up for this episode, we always do a quick round of self-promotion. Where can people find you online? Any projects you want to promote? And I will start with the amazing Sam.
Hi, I personally am currently a writer and starship designer on Star Trek Constitution. We're a fan webcomic. You can see my 2 prides and joys back there behind me. So if you like TNG era comics and you want to have a goofy lower deck style fun time, check out USS Constitution.
Nice. I have seen some of his work. It is looking really, really cool. We'll get a link up on the socials for that one. Carl, what about you?
So I can be found on Blue Sky at listeningtofilm.net, which is also the name of my on-again, off-again blog on things mostly music-related. I also am a co-host with fellow BQN host Thad Hait on a show called License to Spiel, where we talk about primarily spy movie type stuff, and we've also kind of veered off into the land of whodunits or howdunnits with Columbo, and we may do other things as well. And I am in the midst of hopefully launching a new podcast about Star Trek music coming up, hopefully this month. So stay tuned for that.
Very cool, very cool. Everything you described about that other podcast sounds very Thad, and I can see Thad being in his element in that. That's great.
Yeah.
Zach, what about you?
I've got a 3-year-old, so I have no time for anything, but I'm on Instagram at ZD Shoemaker. I post very infrequently, but if you want to see some fountain pen stuff, yeah.
Nice. And Corbin?
I did a couple of episodes with Steven on Galaxy Class about the Star Trek customizable card game. If you ever want to learn more about the card game, I don't actively work on it right now, but it's well supported and we love it. It's over at trekcc.org, and you can come play against me anytime, Corbin Q27 on that message board.
Nice. Galaxy Class is an incredible show on BQN, one of our flagship and original shows. So go and check those episodes out. As for me, you can find me all across the BQN network. You've got me here on Trekmasters every single weekend, and also hosting my other show on the network, The Bargain Bin Gamers, spelt GAYMERS, where my co-host Mitch and I explore queerness in video gaming, especially in the queer indie scene, where we've been meeting lots of gay, queer, transgender game developers who are making incredible little projects on itch and Steam. Come along and check us out. Our review of Gas Station Story, a Game Boy Advanced game that has just been released by a developer named Enzi, which you can play on emulators now, is what we're reviewing next. So come and check that out. Also, make sure to check out the BQN Discord. There is a link for that below. You can also find the BQN podcast over on Facebook as the group there as well. And yeah, Trekmasters, Instagram and Blue Sky. Look us up. And remember, if you would like to be a contestant, we are, of course, taking registrations of interest. You can email us on the show's old address, trekspertsquiz@gmail.com, or if you want to message me on one of the socials, as these three wonderful gentlemen did, you can do that and register your interest to be on the show as well. Thank you so much for everyone for sticking with us through some of those early technical glitches that we were having. We made it through to the end. Congratulations. Thank you to Sam once again for jumping on last minute. Carl, Zach, Corbin, you were amazing. That's it for now. Remember, until next time, no matter what you do and no matter where you go, please make sure you go boldly. Peace out, everyone. Live long and prosper.
Double T